ringing up Christopher Browell.
This is the Vodafone
And they switched off the phone.
for 0776.
So whole week they had the phone switched off.
7196. Please leave a message after the tone. When you finish recording, please hang up or press the hash key for more options.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Browell. It's Mr. Hussain here regarding my brother Talib Hussain. And today is Saturday, the 16th of September 2023. And the time is around about 11:30. And I'm ringing you up today because it's been exactly 40 days since you, the local authority, have come and unilaterally abducted my brother and are now refusing to engage with me, providing me with any information. I've received one email from Graham Kenner, your solicitor, telling me that, he's on a road to recovery and should he deteriorate, we'll let the family know. Why would he be on the road to recovery, and why would he need to be, why would he even be in a situation where he's deteriorating? He was fit and healthy when you took him. He was in the car. We were planning to go swimming the following day. I had his clothes ready to be dried. And you have abducted him, you have arrested me, you come into the house, you've photographed and searched everywhere, you've gone into the bedrooms, you've gone into to our document folder and taken out his passports. Why would he do that? And taken all the other items, taken my mobile phones, taken out the GP, the Virgin Media hubs, just literally attempting to deteriorate and destabilize my situation further after removing the finances, after removing all GP and NHS services, after fully destabilizing this family. What position did you leave my brother in? He had no access to benefit money that you were accumulating for several years. And colluding with our nefarious brother Adalat. You left him with no social security or finances. You left him with no access to NHS health services through your blatant collusion and conspiracy to connive with the GPs. And this was several GPs later. So we had gone from Faro Medical Centre in Bradford. As a result of you kicking us out of the city, we ended up at Sun Valley Medical Centre in Oldham. And then you started to collude and conspire with them. That relationship broke down and I was made the targeted subject, that I had done something wrong, when the reality is that you were instructing them in the background. From Sun Valley we went to Greenbank, and it's quite evident to me that you were equally conspiring with them to destabilize and break down that relationship. And when and even in April, when we were speaking, April 2022, you were contacting the GP practices. I've told you this is a very concerning, that you should not be contacting the GPs. The doctor-patient relationship is sacred, based on trust. If you interfere with that relationship, it breaks down the trust. And you did that persistently and consistently on several GPs, in various family members, including my own GPs. Now we're in a situation 40 days later. It was my brother's birthday yesterday. You didn't do nothing to assist him. This is just a repeat of what I was trying to scream out last 5 years ago when you had abducted him and had him at Linfield Hospital. It's his birthday. He has a right to visit his mom, his brother, his family, and you basically captured this person. There is no legal basis for you to remove my brother like this. You exploit the police's power under pace, arrest me and then search the property. That is only an abusive process, but you're only allowed to search for the crime. Now you come in, we were in the garden, so you were not even allowed into the property. You got the police to come into the property, search and photograph the whole house, stolen my mobile phone, stolen various items, stolen my hard drive, stolen our documents, stolen my brother's passport, and then you've just absconded. Now I'm asking, what is the legal basis of you removing my brother from here? You've not established that he lacks mental capacity, and now you will never be able to establish that he lacks mental capacity, simply because you've terrorized and traumatized this poor fella, and you're not allowing me to visit him or see him and stuff, and then you've gone and told the police, or put a bail condition, release him, but put a bail condition where I can't even see my own brother or have any contact with him. It took you 2 years, 2 to 3 years to get that situation in my mother's scenario. Now all of a sudden, within half an hour, you've abducted my brother. I have no idea where he is. This is deliberate, trying to psychologically psychologically gaslight me and torture me because I was looking to expose your failures and corruption and malevolence, and you're torturing me by murdering my family members, murdering my loved ones, and looking to sit back and then just say, we're not doing anything, expecting me to break the law now. Is that what you're expecting me to do? I'm not going to break the law. I'm fully vested in the cost that you're going to have to be paying me. I'm not going to be breaking the law. But you see, that's how you've created the situation of neglecting your responsibilities. What responsibilities do you have to my brother when you've abducted him like this? There's no law and holding him captive like this. I have no idea where he is. He doesn't speak English. He's got mental health problems. You know, he's got physical problems as well. And for you to hold him hostage like this effectively and denying me access to him, I'm sending emails to Mr. Kenner, your solicitor, every single day. And what you're doing now is just saying, well, we don't need to speak to you because possession is 9/10 of the law. And what we've done is we've possessed everything now. We've got possessed power, control, and dominance. We've got your brother. We're going to hold him hostage just like we had your mother. And then we killed your mother off. Look how powerful we are. We murdered your mother. My mother was a dementia sufferer old lady. If you murdered her, big whoop to you. You bought off the High Court judges to murder my mother.
15 seconds recording time remaining.
Yeah, 15 seconds remaining. Well, Mr. Browell, it's 40 days later. I need to know where my brother is. I need to visit my brother. You need to instruct your solicitors to tell the police, instruct the police to remove the bail conditions. I have a right to see my brother. You can't steal people like this and murder them as you think you're going to do. What do you think you're going to do? You have to murder all of us off.
Recording time has expired.
Recording time
To
has
read your
expired.
message, press 1.
One.
Message sent. Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
Yeah. So now we're in a situation before there was like we'll listen to you for an hour or 2 hours, let you rant and rave, but we're not going to do anything. We're not going to give you any money. We're not going to give you any support services. We're not going to give you any services. We're in the background, we're going to look to destabilize you. We're going to look to further antagonize you by not doing anything, by being neglectful in our duty of care. We're just going to sit back and say, well, let's just see how this situation unfolds by removing the medication, by removing the money, by knowing the fact that my brother is doubly incontinent and I'm having to use incontinent pads, knowing the fact that he's not going to be given any medication. So you basically set me up. They basically set me up and sat back and allowed the situation to deteriorate. And the only way the situation deteriorated was the house. I refused to clean the house when in the background they're looking to make us homeless and not instructing the housing association not to give us a tenancy agreement. That housing association, all they should really care about as social landlords, is to get the rent. We're willing to get, we can get the rent if we give us if they give us a tenancy agreement, but the local authority have instructed them not to give us a tenancy agreement and instead pursue litigation action against me and my brother to make us homeless. Now it's 40 days later. I'm obviously writing emails every day to them, and their answer simply is, let's just not going to answer anything. We've got what we wanted. We've created a situation that's to our best interest, and that's all they do. They act malevolently and then ask, now let's do everything lawfully now. What do you mean? You've started something unlawfully to your advantage when you have an unfair or unlawful advantage, because you've basically snatched everything. And then you can say, well, let's do things by the law now. No, it's putting the cart before the horse, isn't it? It's like they've done this consistently. They always do this effectively. What they do is they snatch somebody and then they say, well, let's go through the courts now after you've snatched somebody in order for us to fight to get that person back. That's what they did last time, 8 years ago. That's what they do to children all the time. That's what they did to my mom. They're effectively people snatchers. The child snatchers and people snatchers. They just snatch things, all right? And then they expect you to go through the law, and then they buy off the judges, and then they'll say years later will pass by. They've still got my mother's jewelry that they snatched in 2013 over 10 years ago. They've still got that, everything that they snatched from my house, the safe in my bedroom, there were documents in there, everything they just snatched, and now not giving me access to that 10 years later, and just came into my house, snatched £1,000 from my bedroom, all right? They just keep on snatching things, all right? And expect to then work, now we're going to work in the law. What do you want about? You're going to work through the legal framework now, after you've set up something wrong. They just come and snatch my brother. It's 40 days later. I have no idea what to do. I have no idea here, what my whole role is now. I've opened up a care home. I was, obviously looking after him, charging the local authority. There's some sort of framework there. They go, nah, we're going to do it on our own way. The law means nothing to these people. It literally means nothing to them, because who's going to come and arrest them or take legal action against them? Not their partners, not the people that they're paying the police, are they? The police are not going to go and arrest Bradford Council. And that's why Bradford Council feels that, hey man, they have no fear of the police, because the police are subservient to the local authority, and the local authority bosses can do as they please, murder, kill. Nobody's going to go near them. Under an extreme circumstances, maybe one person will get arrested, but the reality is that but it's not just the police, it's the whole judicial system, the court system. They bought off the public guardian Nick Goodwin, as they had bought off the previous public guardian Alan Eccles, and that then after buying him off and ensuring that throughout that period that Nick Goodwin was the public guardian, I think between 2021 and between 2019, I believe, 2019, when he became the public guardian, up until February 2022, when he had moved on, just like the solicitor, Baljet, the solicitor, an Indian woman, for the office of the public guardian. They all moved on after having murdered my mother, and then now Nick Goodwin is at the head of the Her Majesty's Courts and Tribunals after being a paid shill of the local authority. So you see how the local authority have organised the whole courts and tribunal services work effectively for Bradford Council. The Court of Protection works for Bradford Council. The Office of the Public Guardian works for the Court Council. Department of Work and Pensions works for Bradford Council. They all are subservient to Bradford Council. Even the Ministry of Justice and High Court judges are all subservient to Bradford Council. They murdered my mother, they murdered my father, they murdered my older brother, my big brother, and now they've snatched my other brother that I'm caring for. There's nothing I can do about it. Everybody's colluding and conspiring, and I'm left in this situation that there's a complete uncertainty now. 40 days later, 40 days, my brother's mental health is totally going to be deteriorated, and in order to resolve that situation, they're going to overdrug him, medicate him. He's only 63 years old now. He's not even that old, is he? He's 63 years old. So normally what they would do is put him on some sort of Liverpool pathway. He has got no underlying condition. They're trying to give him a condition such as diabetes, or try to give him a cancer or something like that. So then they can say, oh, well, look, he died. What do you mean he died? How did he die? How did my mum die of pneumonia? How did my brother Nazim die of pneumonia? This is just bullshit. They're just lying. They're killing people off. They're going to murder my brother Talib off. They've previously murdered my older brother Nazim off. They've murdered both my parents off. And there's nothing I can do about it. Nobody I can go other than make these recordings. And then what they say is, oh no, you're recording us. You're violating our privacy. We don't even feel comfortable giving you our name. Alright, yesterday I was ringing up my own GP practice, and I was asking the reception staff, what is the name of your practice manager? And she was saying, I refuse to give you the name of the practice manager. What are you talking about? How can you refuse to give me the name of the practice manager? Because by law, you're supposed to have a practice manager. It's absolutely annoying and frustrating when there's such level of fraud and corruption and human suffering taking place, and they are justify this is quite clearly. Look at the money. Where's all the money going? There's a money trail, all right, that they're financially making gain and profit for themselves at the direct cost of our human suffering, and there's nothing I can do about it. Can't go to the police. I've gone to the police. The police are basically looking at me and laughing and saying, what do you want us to do? We work for the council. Can't go to the judges. The judges are all being bought off. This case, the housing association case, is been with there for over a year now. All the judges are colluding and conspiring. It's so frustrating and vexatious that they're doing this to me, and there's nothing I can do about it other than ring up and be persistent in chasing them up. But every day that goes by, 40 days later, they've done this. Last time they abducted my brother on the 3rd of August 2018, did not release him back into my care until December, 14th of December. All right, that was several months later. They did not release him back into my care. They would not even let me see him for the month of August, for the month of September. They only let me see him back in towards the end of October, when they knew the fact that on the 6th of November they're going to send me back to prison. So then they were courteous enough to let me see my brother. And at that time there was still debates going on about where is he going to be. They sent me back to prison under some contrivance by the police on the 6th of November. I was back out towards the end of November, a couple of weeks later, and then they had to release him back into my care. With a great deal of effort, I got him out of that situation, only for the police to come now and abduct him, and 40 days later not tell me exactly where he is. This is a heinous crime being committed live right now, and nothing. There's no way I can go into anybody. Who am I supposed to go to? I've raised these complaints. Oh, you can go here. You can raise a complaint with the police. I'm sending an email to the police every single day. The investigator. There is no investigator. They want to act. They want to commit crimes by through having anonymity. So there's no accountability for all their malevolence. So they have they can claim willful ignorance of the crimes that they are blatantly perpetrating. Absolutely horrendous, absolutely disgusting. I've got nothing better to do than I've got nothing to now to do. I don't even know what I'm going to do now without my brother here. I care for him every single day. They've got no care package in place. I told them I'm charging £1 million a week, and as a result of that, they've come and done all this. Absolutely ridiculous, absolutely heinous crime.